episode 3. New names, new games. So first, I'm gonna point out that we have some newcomers to the show. Well, one newcomer, MEC214, who we may call Mauricio. So welcome, Mauricio, to the show.
Hey!
And welcome, and then of course welcome back to Mary, who wasn't able to make it last week, but she is here this week and on a bus, so you might occasionally hear some sounds from that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Some crackheads.
All right.
It's not East Force.
All right. So our first little mini topic for this week is Genesis 5. For those who don't know, Genesis 5 was a Super Smash Brothers tournament that happened over the weekend, and yeah, one of the biggest tournaments of the year. So, Julian, why don't you start us off?
Okay, so I just want to give shout outs to Plup. That was an amazing
Yeah.
set or just run that he did at Genesis. Holy crap.
Yeah. Everyone but Leffen.
My favorite sets at Genesis were included man.
There's so many good jet sets.
Leffen versus HBox. First of all, the whole hype hype leading up to that, and when they were trash talking each other.
Yeah.
That was fun to watch. And both sets it ended in a 2-2 set with Leffen losing. And then
what more can you ask
after
for, really?
HBox left after HBox won, he motioned to Leffen to fist bump him, and then Leffen just walked off the stage.
He did that in the first set too.
Yeah, he didn't. Oh, I didn't know he did in the first set.
Yeah, that's why HBox did that in the second set. That's why he made the motion for the fist bump, because he denied him a handshake in the first set.
Okay.
So this time, the moment he won, he immediately puts his fist down. Come on.
It's just funny. He was timed to save Melee during the whole conversation, and then he ends up losing. It was fun to watch. Amsa also had an amazing run in Genesis.
Yeah, it was so sad when he lost to Hugs. That was actually heartbreaking.
No, it wasn't.
That was
Hugo in top 8. What's good?
Can you not?
Can I not what?
Hug? No. You know who would have made that?
Yes.
You know who would have
Just
made
got a new
that set?
sponsorship?
You know who would have made that set closer?
But Amsa
could have actually won. Amsa could have made it to top 5. He got
Hugs
robbed.
could have won.
No, he couldn't have.
He just didn't.
Hugs got
Y'all
30.
sleeping.
He got 30'd real quick.
This 2018 for Hugs is coming.
maybe if he fought Leffen and.
No, that doesn't. Leffen doesn't. That was 2 years ago. Leffen doesn't lose like that anymore. The Samus thing is gone.
And who knows? Maybe more people will retire, and it'll be easier for people to win.
Yeah, there's talk about more retirement. Mango says he's only got 2 years left in him.
Well, that makes sense,
Yeah.
since Mango has a wife and kids.
He does not have a wife. He has
Mango
a kid.
has 5K subs on Twitch.
Okay,
so,
he has...
He doesn't have a wife, yeah.
Wait, really? They're not married?
He has a
They're
girlfriend
not married
and he
yet.
has a kid.
Okay, well, he should propose. But that's enough.
Scandalous. Oh gosh, kids and not
Scam.
married.
I guess Smash 4 is kind of worth talking about a little bit, just because.
I didn't tune in much to Smash 4.
So-
I didn't watch any of Genesis.
So there's this theory, right? So MVD,
Okay.
right? You've heard of MVD.
Yeah.
I saw him lose to Kells.
He hasn't-
Supergirl Kells.
He hasn't been relevant for a long time,
Yeah.
but at Genesis he was top 5. So and
Okay.
so far this year he has just been amazing, out of his mind, 20 places better every tournament.
Maybe Zero shut him down every time or something.
Well, the theory is so Zero, right, retired temporarily at least. So and
Yeah.
the Smash 4 gods say that Diddy Kong has to be the best character in the game, and there's no Diddy Kong with Zero gone. So it's the second
are
best.
saying
So the
MVD has
second best
fallen.
Diddy Kong in the world now has to become the best player in the world because he
That's
plays Diddy
stupid.
Kong.
I'd be happy with that.
I mean,
No.
it'd be better than the Bayo apocalypse that we're
Yeah,
currently going through.
As long as Bayo and Cloud stay out of the top spots, I'm happy.
3
Those
Bayos in
characters
top
were
8.
ruining the game.
Even DeBuzz played Bayo.
Yeah, even DeBuzz played
He
Bayo.
did.
Yeah.
He won and then he got red and then downloaded and it didn't work anymore. One of his problems retired, but now he seems to have a Leo problem. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, the winner, who won Genesis? It was a Bayo Ditto
Leo.
grand final. So.
or what?
Or no. It was a Bayo Ditto losers finals.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Leo, right?
Yeah, MK Leo won.
Pulls out the Marth and slays the Bayos.
But it was still a Bayo Ditto losers finals.
Do you guys think that I was on the camp of when Bayo was like the talk in Smash 4, but she's still a Tifa. You get what I mean? When people were saying she should be banned and like she's broken.
People still
You
talk
guys
about her.
believe that now?
You mean way back in like 2016 before the patch?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say pre-patch Bayo was like kind of absurd, but even Bayo now is kind of it's really bad for the like players.
Yeah, top
The metagame?
Top player can deal with it. Everyone else can't.
No, top players can't. Do you know how many stocks are just like taken at 20% with Bayo? Like not even like from a combo,
I don't
from
think
a
she's
single.
as bad
move.
as Meta Knight. So
She's not.
She's
Yeah.
not as bad as
But
Meta Knight. She's not as bad as Meta Knight.
There
but
were more stocks in Brawl.
that
you know,
is actually that is
if
true.
that's
If you
true.
got killed at 20%, it wasn't as big of a deal. It
Yeah.
wasn't half your game.
Yeah, Bayo with Rage is possibly as good as Meta Knight, almost. Like, it's kind of insane. Like, you can die from one move.
I still don't think she should be banned.
Yeah, I don't think she should be
I
banned.
think if they're not going to patch her again and remove
They're
some of her
not.
jank, because they discovered more jank after she got patched before.
Yeah, there's an
If they're not
interesting
gonna patch her again, they should probably either ban her or yield it. You know?
there's an interesting argument that they should perhaps change the stage rules, as in like getting rid of town and city and a few of the ones with an high upper platform would like nerf Bayo a little bit.
That would also nerf like Mario. And
Yeah, then that hit
Zero
other
Suit.
characters too.
Mm-hmm.
The prob
I feel like that would take
little
Zero Suit
bit.
out of the meta entirely.
a little bit, but the problem is like Bayo's like platform camp, and they can get away with it. Like in a way other
Yeah.
characters can't.
I just wish she wasn't added to the game. And Cloud.
I mean, I'm fine with
That's
Bayo
fine.
being in the game. Just
My hatred for Cloud is more personal than anything. So,
there are a lot of clouds, but
so my issue with Cloud is that Yoshi was fine until Cloud showed up.
yeah.
Cloud
Cloud.
is Yoshi's worst matchup. It's just,
I don't know about
if Yoshi had
fine.
it being meta.
To be
gone.
fair, people have problems with Cloud in the meta too,
Way
in
more-
doubles, because
yeah.
Cloud actually kind of ruined doubles. Like it's
Didn't they have
always
banned
Cloud
double-
and
double Cloud
someone.
Teams?
They have not banned double Cloud teams now. Oh wait,
Not as bad as Double Meta Knight.
double Meta Knight was actually banned.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but like
Jeez.
everyone teams with a Cloud. Like it's always a Cloud
talking
and
about
something.
Why
Brawl right
wouldn't
now?
you?
A little both.
Because you get like a limit every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right, and then yeah, someone gets a grab and you limit break, and that's a stock, and you just keep doing that.
I hopped on Twitch today, or maybe it was yesterday, and there was just this random Smash 4 match of a Yoshi versus a Cloud. And the Cloud did a rage limit break or whatever, his down B after he's charged, and killed the Yoshi at 10%. Won. It's like, okay.
Good game.
I think. I don't know if I would nerf Cloud. I'm not really sure what to do to fix the Cloud situation.
Yeah, I don't know.
How about Cloud doesn't have like a final smash? He literally has like a final smash.
I think
Freaking
Cloud just needs his
whack.
hitboxes to be smaller and only exist where the sword is. It's down there. That hitbox does not need to exist for 10 seconds.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
His Nair probably should just
It should be punishable.
his Nair should probably just be worse than it is. His up air should be like nerfed to the ground.
His up air needs to have ending lag. Like,
You can say that for for all of his moves.
yeah.
His side B,
Side B,
his side B
shouldn't
should be
combo into
punishable.
itself.
His side B is
Like, if you-
absurdly unpunishable.
If you block his limit side B, he just does side B again.
Oh yeah. Side B shouldn't be unpunishable. Yeah.
Yeah, good character.
Yeah.
Good game.
Honestly, I would say he shouldn't really gain as much limit from being hit, or I don't know.
Anyway,
His ability to charge it or something.
Genesis was
That just
cool.
works.
If you don't watch Smash tournaments, you should tune in. They're exciting. But yeah, I think we've talked about Genesis
Shouts to
enough.
Plup.
Shouts to Plup. Proud member of the Plup Club.
The gods are falling. Rip Armada.
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't actually say that, but Plup, for those who don't know, is like he's in the top 5 players in the world. He's the number 5 player in the world, and he won Genesis, and he is the first one outside of 2 people to win Genesis. All Genesises
won?
have been won by Armada or Mango.
Yeah, it was either a Mango or
Plup won?
Yeah, Plup won. Yeah,
Holy sh-
he didn't just
Wow.
have a run.
God lost?
He won.
Is he a god?
Yeah, he's a
That
god.
makes him a god slayer?
Yeah, he's a
Oh.
god slayer. He's beaten all the gods.
Wait, did he beat every single god now? Or
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he did it in
He has? Okay.
2017.
I just want to say I know nothing of like the Smash stuff going on. So that title God Slayer is fucking badass. That you could attain that title. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's
It's just hearing that out of context is the coolest thing.
there are 3 god slayers in or 4 god slayers in Melee.
That's just
I-
just saying
There's-
that sounds cool.
there's more than Leffen and Plup?
Yeah, I
Leffen,
didn't know that. Who are the others?
or 3. Yeah, 3. Leffen, Plup, and Axe.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Hey, is Mewtwo King still relevant or what?
Yeah, he's a god.
Yeah, okay.
He's one of the
He
gods.
didn't do well at Genesis.
He
was
hasn't
low.
won in like years.
Yeah, he did pretty bad at Genesis. That was also heartbreaking.
Yeah.
He's about as renowned as PPMB at this point.
Okay.
No, that is like
He's
literally
kind of gone, waiting for his
That's
chance to strike.
tragic.
M2K is literally number 4 in the world.
What?
I'm saying he doesn't do anything though.
Yes, he does. You just
he did things
Doubles.
last year.
he's
He's the doubles god.
no, that's Android's the doubles god. Android gets
I
the
mean,
biggest
The
boost.
doubles god that's like good, best at singles.
Yeah. That's still probably Armada.
Android had a surge, but it's kind of fallen off again as far as singles.
Yeah. Yeah, M2K did win doubles. Him and
Oh yeah, Westball.
him and Plup. Oh
is
yeah,
a
Plup
Uber?
won doubles and singles. How about that?
Oh, I didn't know he won doubles too. Okay.
Yeah. Huh. I didn't make that connection till now. Yeah, Plup kind of won every event.
Did you win Smash 4? Who won Smash 4? Was it Zero?
No,
Yeah.
MK Leo.
Wait, is that the Bayonetta player?
No,
No.
Marth.
He's a Mark player.
We went over this
As long as
already.
It's not Bayo, I'm happy. Or Cloud.
And Zero's retired, so
Yeah, but he can still do it in spirit.
okay.
Is there someone that's gonna come out of the woodworks named like One?
Metal Gear Survive. I know nothing about this.
I know nothing either.
Wait, what?
Metal Gear Survive.
Does anybody know anything about Metal Gear Survive?
Someone put it on the list.
People were pissed because it's zombies and it's not actually Metal Gear. Something like that.
So
Even though the Metal Gear plot is absurd and I don't know.
all right, well that's that.
Yeah, I have no opinion of that.
PlayStation Nike shoes. I saw
I
them.
remember well, real quick. I remember like they made a statement saying this is not going to replace Metal Gear. This is not, like there will be more Metal Gear, traditional Metal Gear, but this is just we're just doing this for now. Don't worry about it, please.
That's what it seemed like. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's not really going to replace the numbered Metal Gear games or anything.
Yeah.
Yo, Joe, could you turn down whatever's on in the background? We can hear it.
Without Kojima, they can do what they want.
That's true.
Someone tell me when Joe's stuff stops because I muted him. All right. So PlayStation Nike shoes.
So
What?
Sony or Nike teamed up with PlayStation to make a PlayStation shoe.
Like
And
it's just themed PlayStation. Like it has
it's themed
logos.
PlayStation, yeah.
That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, does it like that's fine because there's no real specific like there's not one how do I say this? There are design themes that you could do that that's clearly PlayStation. You could apply that to other stuff. I'm only saying this because I remember somebody shared a photo of like those DBZ themed shoes, and I was
Oh.
looking at them and I was like, okay, they just took the colors and made something. I don't look at this and overtly think, oh, this is Boo from DBZ or whatever. You know what I mean?
The shoes are kind of ugly though. I'll try to show them to the stream too, but they're
Oh,
not.
that looks
Oh,
terrible.
I was gonna do that too. Okay.
These are ugly.
It actually looks kind of like a 90s shoe with like the speckled colors on the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom is kind of killing it.
I mean, even without that, it just looks whatever.
Yeah, they're.
They look like Lucky Charms and marshmallows on the bottom.
Oh no, he's on the phone. Never mind.
Yeah, they're not great. Hold on, I'll show them on the stream in a second.
You know what were some good shoes back in the day that were themed after stuff?
Skechers.
No, Bionicle. They had a Roxy shoe
Whoa.
back in the day, and I remember that was like the hypest shit because I saw it at like the back of I got like a free Lego magazine or something, and it had a picture of it in the back. I was like, oh my god, Bionicle shoes, those are so cool.
Yeah, here's the shoes
were
to the
terrible.
stream. They're yeah, we can talk about the way they look now.
And that check mark is the blatant, like that orange.
Yeah.
Which doesn't fit at all.
Yeah.
The
and
one thing I
can't
do like-
remember who made the shoes.
I do like the colors on the holes where the laces go through for the different colors
Yeah.
of the buttons. That's actually kind
That's
of cool.
cool.
The bottoms are really bad.
I don't think they're terrible. It's a terrible design. It's
Also, what's
That's
what's
the
that on
bottom.
the flap on the left one? Like PlayStation logo on one. What's that on the other one? It just looks like a P and an S
What
and
is
like
it?
a really
Oh, I see.
like I don't know like if that's an actual logo for something.
it's a logo, but I'm not really sure. I guess it's another. Maybe
Maybe
it's a-
it's the specific line of like this is PlayStation, but maybe they have a line of specific stuff like this, and other jobs like this.
Oh, that's like the PlayStation
Hmm.
branded clothing. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Is there are there any like shoes from a video game company you think you would buy? Or is there like a shoe from a video game that would be like worth buying?
Wait,
Like if there was like a Nintendo shoe or like a
oh, I
I
would
might
buy.
buy a Kingdom Hearts shoe.
Oh my god, no, you wouldn't.
They're those DBZ shoes.
It would be so. I was talking about that earlier. Yeah, the DBZ shoes. They look dumb. They look bare.
DBZ shoes, huh?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Hey, can I
Yeah.
post a picture of that shoe I was talking about?
I mean, I'd rather you not. Just because it's hard to show on stream. Right now. Someday I'll have
That's the shoe I was talking about.
What the hell is that?
What is this?
That was. I don't know. That was like if you look that little orange thing, like I was not this far into Bionicle. Apparently, people bought the shoe to cut out that little orange thing and put it in their actual Bionicle stuff. Because it was like
You're
it
kidding.
was like you could. Yeah, no, I'm not. I found this like earlier, like a couple months ago when I was going back through, like, oh, I found all my Bionicles. I wonder what it's like. The community's like online, and still, people are. Yeah.
I wouldn't buy that.
it's
I just realized what those like stars are on the bottom of the PlayStation shoes. I think those are you remember on the PS2 screen when like you boot it up and then you see like space.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to represent. I think.
But- I mean, maybe, but they're the colors of the buttons.
And that too.
Yeah. I don't know. It just looks.
Ugly.
Yeah, they're ugly.
They're kind of hideous, actually. I was picturing
Damn.
something way cooler. I do like that the
You hear that, Sony? Mary's roasting you. And Nike too.
I like the colors, but I don't like the shape of the shoe. Oh, actually, I like the little, like, button.
Yeah, the buttons are the
I don't
cool
know.
part.
From a first glance, they're pretty ugly. But the little details I do appreciate. Also, I just got back home.
Yeah, we can not hear
Yeah.
the doors anymore.
Yeah,
We can definitely
it sounds a
distinguish
lot
the
better.
audio quality.
I hope that, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, I think this is it's a pretty decent opportunity to head into our next topic.
Shoe sucks. Next topic.
Yep, two sucks. So, anticipated games of 2018. So,
Get him, Joe.
the first one,
About games that.
Spider-Man PS4.
All right, I'll wait.
What the?
Hey, this is esports.
Wait. Is Joe actually talking? I had him muted.
Yes.
You guys
Yes.
never told me.
Yes, I
talking.
am.
I told
I
you.
am.
You ignored me.
All right,
Joe, hold on 1 second.
Yep, you're good.
Wait, have I been muted this whole time?
You've
No,
been muted
no.
for about 5
For the
minutes.
stream, not for everyone else.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, so Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, right? It's a PlayStation 4 exclusive. It's a job that Sony been wanting to do ever since they sold to since the downfall of pretty much the Amazing Spider-Man games, which are like complete flops. Like the games were really bad. Like the ideas what they were trying to go for were okay, but they were executed so poorly. Like people did not like the game. They felt the game was too linear. Like it was bad. It wasn't a good Spider-Man game, unlike Spider-Man 2. So with Spider-Man PlayStation 4, they're hopefully trying to revamp that with a whole new story. They're trying to bring in a lot of the new, the newer comic book elements from like the newer generation stuff, not really the old stuff. Trying to stray away from like the movies, and they're trying to bring in a new mechanic, sort of like the Arkham games. I don't like when people say they're stealing like from the Arkham games. I'm like, I don't know how much more Spider-Man has a spider sense, so it like makes sense that like the counter system would be like that. So I don't understand like how people want it, but I'm like, whatever. Combos in the game, you obviously
Everybody
like the
rides
mechanics.
Batman, because who cares?
Yeah, because everybody beyond that. So whatever.
Oh, Batman, he's so great. Love him.
Yeah, they didn't got nothing. Anyway, so they're trying to revamp the Spider-Man games because the character brings a lot of money in comics and revenues. I believe it was a survey came out that said what was like the most read superhero comics, and it was I think Superman, Batman. No, it was Batman, Superman, and then Spider-Man. So he's up there. So obviously he's a very important character. This game's gonna be like amazing. The graphics look amazing. It looks like you're gonna be able to do a lot of stuff. Like there's a tool implemented. It's called like the web zip that was in the Amazing games, where it's like you like hold. It's like you use your spider sense. Like it's in the moment where you can like zip to different places depending on what's good to like lead up to some type of combo, which was portrayed in the trailer, which is really, really cool. And if they can perfect that, they can really give you that feeling of you being Spider-Man, being acrobatic, dodging, and a bunch of things. So I feel like this game has a lot of potential. I feel like Sony's gonna do good by this game, especially if they try to avoid all like the movie tropes, and they try to make this game like original, and good. So I'm pretty hopeful for this game. I don't care what people say. All right, this is gonna be game of the year. Game
No.
of the year.
Amen.
This
It's
game's
not
gonna be
gonna be
game of the year. I'm
Right.
really hyped for this game. All right, in my opinion, it's gonna be one of my most anticipated games. It hasn't had a release date yet, but it's supposed to come out during the holiday season. So I'm pretty excited. So yeah, there's my piece on that. Anybody else can chime in.
Oh, are you sure? Are you good?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
So a game that comes out tonight at 11 Central because we live in Chicago.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Well, okay.
Monster Hunter World. Yeah.
Monster Hunter
Yeah,
World.
who cares about that? There's a Dragon Ball Z game coming out.
True. Hey, both those games are gonna be fire, in my opinion. They're gonna be good. Good games.
Well, I liked the DBZ fighters back on like the PS2 because that's when I played them like a lot. Just because like a
Yeah.
friend had one of them, and I was like, oh man, that's so cool. I found one at a garage sale, and I played it for like years. And I had a friend, Jake. He never watched Dragon Ball in his life, and he loved Budokai 3. Like we would play it all the time. It was the best thing ever.
Fighter Z isn't like Budokai 3 though.
No, I know. I'm just
It's a
saying
real fighting
like
game.
Budokai
It's
2
the
is best.
ever.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. That like Fighter Z is really like it's meant to be a competitive kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it's technical. Yeah, like Mitch said, it's a fighting game. It's not really like Budokai or Tenkaichi and those. I mean,
But it
I don't know.
can
It
be
looks
if that's what you're
cool.
looking for.
Say what?
It can be if that's what you're looking for.
Sure.
It's
But
really easy to get into.
Just real quick
It has
about
all the
Monster
combos.
Hunter. I like Monster Hunter. It's cool. I
that's so
just
nice
watched
of
a
you.
couple reviews, and like all of them are like, "This is the best Monster Hunter like ever," because they perfected a lot of things. They fixed a lot of things that were like kind of holdovers from like the PS2 era, where and it being on handhelds, where like, oh, it's not powerful enough to do this, so we're just gonna kind of like when you walk into an area, it loads and then it loads up the area. But now it's a whole open world. You don't have to load different areas, so it's cool. I'm excited. And now it's not like where you have to like now you can just drop in. Like say I turn on my Xbox and oh, Brad's fighting a monster. Oh, he sent out a flare. He needs help. I could just drop in immediately and help him out. I like that kind of. You don't have to be committed. You could just drop in and kill monsters and feel powerful and stuff. Cool. Nobody else plays Monster Hunter ever?
Nope.
I played Try for a
okay.
couple hours,
I
and
played
Yeah,
I
I
got
played
bored.
a
for like an
little
hour.
Yeah, I did the same on Wii U. Played it for an hour, stopped forever because it was impossible to get into.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
It's pretty cool, the concept, but I don't know. I can't really. It's not something I'd be like, oh man, I'm gonna spend so much time on it.
Anything.
I knew a
Nothing-
guy in
there was
college
So much. Oh my god, I know
who
you're going, Jake.
talked
Go on.
about Monster Hunter all the time, and it kind of turned me off from the series
Oh boy.
because it was literally the only thing they would try to bring up in conversation.
We were at the Smash
okay,
meeting,
the
you just
only
brought
thing-
A PSP and played Monster Hunter.
Okay, not the
Oh my
only.
god, he was playing on the PSP. Holy shit, that guy's hardcore.
Yeah.
That's a
We're all playing
word.
Smash, and he's over here telling us about Monster Hunter. It's like, dude, pick up a GameCube controller or go somewhere else. The thing's portable, right? Take it somewhere else.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. Well, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So what else we got? KH3. If KH3 comes out.
No.
Didn't they say 2018?
Let me get on my soapbox for a minute. Okay,
Alright.
KH3 is definitely coming out in 2018.
Uh-huh.
This game has been in development
It's not.
for 5 years.
You don't know that.
And
No,
Test 6
they
has it.
started in 2013.
No,
There's
they told you they started. That didn't mean they actually started.
I believe in Square
Let
Enix.
him up.
They wouldn't lie. They wouldn't lie about that. Okay.
Sure they wouldn't.
Uh-huh.
Oh
It
my
came out.
God.
They started development in 2013. It is coming out this year.
Let the man speak.
Sure.
Okay. I mean,
Okay. And
Listen,
KH3
Julie,
is my most anticipated video
if
game.
it does come out, I honestly think that will be like you guys are saying Spider-Man's game of the year. I don't know. I think if KH comes out, I think that would totally swing things.
Well, if it comes out, it'll be in December, and they'll miss the cutoff. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It will be my personal game of the year. Screw cutoffs. When it comes out in 2018.
If-
All right.
If
I've been waiting for this game for more than 10 years.
watch get
From
canceled.
what I've seen of the game, it looks fantastic. All right, the Toy Story world looks like flames.
Yeah, it does.
I'm loving the
It
Tangled
does.
world.
It does. It does.
I'm loving not
look,
Olympus
we're not arguing quality. We're arguing
Yeah,
release date.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, release date.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just roasting you there.
coming out 2018.
2019.
It'll come out when it comes
When
out.
are we gonna go back to Tron?
Ooh,
It might be in there. I don't know.
that would be
Play
fun.
3D.
Yo, what if they
Hey,
what if they go to
Pokemon
the
also
Tron
coming out
Legacy
in
world?
2018 too.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Did you see
Pokemon
that
game's
direct?
coming out 2018.
It was literally just the guy who was like, "Yeah, we're making a Pokemon game,"
Dang it.
and that was the announcement.
It might come out in
Pokemon
2019 if you're lucky, Joe.
If they actually
Yeah.
had anything, they would have shown it to you. They had nothing.
They
I
had
believe-
more for Metroid Prime 4 than they did for Pokemon, and that was just a logo.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, I was watching. You know what's funny? I was watching a couple like these conspiracy YouTube videos. A lot of people are speculating that they might do a soft reboot of Gen 1 again, just to be safe, to reintroduce the Pokemon franchise to a new console.
They
They
did
don't
that
need
in
to
Gen
do that.
5.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I was
They
like,
did that with Gen 5.
Yeah, but Gen 1's the best gen, so it doesn't matter. Gen 4 ain't never gonna get remakes, so it don't matter.
Great, Gen 1 was great. I don't really
Kirby.
think you should do that though, because literally everybody and people who don't even care about Pokemon in the slightest, but like they play Go and stuff, they're like they all know Gen 1. They don't have to do that. They can just do whatever they want.
But
People,
If
Nintendo's playing
Nintendo
it
really
safe.
wants to make this game like sell like gangbusters, they would make a Pokemon MMO. Everyone and their mom has been wanting to pick a Pokemon MMO for a while.
If
with all the
Nintendo,
areas, that'd be great.
Would Joe
I mean-
want to play that though? No.
Okay, so do they really need to put all the old areas in? Why not make a new area with all the Pokemon?
That's true. They
Like,
could
they-
just
they
do
have-
that.
They have so much material to work with.
They do. The Switch is gonna make like one of the greatest Pokemon games ever. Like I
Or
don't.
Nintendo's gonna
probably.
drive, or Nintendo's gonna shoot them in the foot
Man, Joe's
and
really,
release a half-baked thing.
Joe is really projecting how good this is gonna be. It's
No,
like we're
it's
making
gonna
a
be
new
fun.
Pokemon
Joe,
game.
they
It's gonna be the best
literally-
one ever.
they literally just said we're
Game of the
making a
year.
Pokemon game, and you're already calling it Game of the
Yeah.
Year.
Yeah, it honestly
There's
looks
gonna
like
be-
they forced him to announce that.
Yeah.
There's gonna be 2 games of the year this year. Alright, it's gonna be Spider-Man.
Oh my
And
god.
it's gonna
No,
be fucking
they-
Pokemon.
If
No,
Pokemon comes
they
out this
did-
year, then
I
I'll
will.
I'll
buy
get on here
Pokemon
and
MMO.
apologize. Like
I would be very suspect of Pokemon if it launched this year.
I will eat a shoe
Maybe
on
late.
stream.
They said we're launching a new console, and we just lied to everyone about the Wii U having a Zelda game. So we need something to get at the goodwill. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
So
You're
when
right.
Pokemon RPG launches on the next console, they'll announce another Zelda.
They should put Pokesnaps 2 on the Switch.
That would be great.
That would be awesome.
I think there was an article
Honestly-
a while ago talking about Pokemon Snap 2.
Yeah, in my opinion, they should honestly do like something like a Pokemon XD or Pokemon Coliseum game again because I really enjoyed those games. I feel like Nintendo has the power to do that now, to do something different. Again.
I'd prefer a core
To
Pokemon
do something
RPG.
different again. Joe, did
I
you just
would-
listen to yourself?
What?
I want them to do something different again. That's just like the old games.
No, I want 2 Pokemon games.
Oh,
I want all the Pokemon games. Don't ever get it twisted. I want all Pokemon games.
Oh my god.
There's already enough.
Hater.
All right, so Joe wants new, but also the same, all in one.
All in
Do you
one.
guys
Tell 'em,
remember
Mauricio.
Pokemon Ranger?
I didn't.
I never played the Ranger games, but yeah, I know they exist.
I know they exist and they're not that good. And I played a little bit of them. I don't really like them. Okay,
Oh,
there's a
they're fun.
Pokemon. Instead of like traditionally catching it, you had to like spin it over it.
Yeah,
with
you
the
draw a
stylus.
Yeah.
circle on the screen
Yeah,
to,
and it was
to
kind
catch the
of dumb
Pokemon.
because they would like move, and sometimes you would like damage. You would like scratch your screen up so much just trying to get like one mon if your like stylus like had a little chip on it. So I was like, ooh, do I really want to do this? No. But yeah,
Get a new stylus.
true.
Yeah, I had a lot of extra styluses. I don't know.
But I
I
was-
don't think I ever had that issue.
I was little, so you know, money was tough. Can't work. That's life. They gotta have child labor laws.
That's live.
Why can't I just work?
All right, moving on to the next topic.
Kirby Star. All right, I'm just gonna start
Hold on,
rattling
what's-
a few of these
hold on.
off, and
What's
people-
the list say? Detroit
next-
Become Human. Nobody cares. David Cage.
I care. I care
Really?
about Detroit.
Wait,
Become
what-
Human. I'm
why?
so
Yeah,
excited.
yeah. I actually care.
No. Listen, I honestly want to know because David Cage does not make games. He makes bad movies that he
Ooh.
couldn't make into actual movies.
Ooh!
Jesus
Have you-
Christ! What a
No, dude.
savage!
Have you
Mary played
Beyond
Heavy
Two
Rain.
Souls? Beyond Two Souls is like you want to make a decision. Doesn't matter. It's gonna have the same effect. Why give you the decision? Because I don't fuck it. Game overs. Story-driven games are the fault of the
Well-
developer. Like, don't even make a game. Just make a bad CG movie. That's all David Cage does.
Ooh.
No, okay, so
You
here's
alright?
Oh my
that's
God!
horrible.
Okay.
I disagree with all of that.
Mauricio's a savage.
Um,
Oh
No,
my
I'm just
God!
saying.
Mauricio, oof, God!
I mean, he
I
makes
can't
good
breathe.
points.
Listen,
He-
dude,
he's right,
Beyond
though.
Two Souls was like you couldn't do anything. You had no effect on what was going to happen. Everything happened way. You couldn't stray from the path at all. It was just
Okay.
a movie.
So I know that a lot of people
Heavy Rain was
complain
more
about that.
interactive and had changes, so that
Was
at
it-
least something. But all the actors were like, oh, well, this doesn't really matter, but all the voice actors were like French people that had terrible English, and it was like, I don't know, it was just weird. But I stand
Jason.
firm on what I said on Beyond Two Souls. All right, Mary, you go.
Okay. So I know that people complain about that, but I feel like
Talking about.
the point of the game or these types of games aren't always like that your decisions affect the outcome. It's nice when they do, but I don't feel like that makes or break
But why
makes
give
or
you a
break
choice then?
Yeah, why give you the illusion of a choice?
because
All right,
because
you go.
it's just a different way of like consuming stories.
You pay
It's
$60 for a story.
yeah. Yes.
Some people do.
And Last of Us is pretty hype apparently.
But The Last of Us was a game. It was good shooting
Yeah.
and stuff
Hey,
like that.
Last
There was
of
a
Us-
game with a
Last
story.
of Us was a
All I hear about
masterpiece.
I hear like Last of Us is another interactive story. So
It
Right,
is.
That's
but
a
you were at
It's a-
least playing something. There
Yeah,
were
That's a
it's not just
cutscenes.
quick
masterpiece.
time events.
Like,
Playing,
Yeah.
you were playing.
like the Telltale games. I've played the
Mm.
Borderlands one. You made choices, and those choices carried down the line in the story enough to make it like, oh, okay, I can see how this is a game.
Yeah, that's a
Kinda.
quality game.
Yeah, it's fine.
I haven't played any Telltale games yet, but I have them all downloaded.
Well, the Borderlands
Good
one is
enough.
pretty cool. So, I I've watched two best friends play the Walking Dead ones. Those are pretty cool.
I should play. I should
guess.
like. I've been wanting to play some of those, and I could actually play those probably.
Good point with your hands.
Yeah.
Do
I
the
could-
Batman or the Walking Dead ones. Ignore the the one that
The Walking Dead one is the one I'm like most spoiled on, though.
What? Fable?
Borderlands and Batman, that's all you need.
Oh
I
wait,
just-
Mitch,
I just
didn't you
remember-
play?
Trash.
Mitch, were you talking about the Fable one?
Is a Fable one?
Fable, not like Fable the video
Oh,
game, but
the
Fable
Wolf.
comic. Yeah.
Wolf one.
The
Yeah,
Wolf
that,
Among
that one's
Us,
good.
that one.
I think I haven't played it.
So wait, which one were you saying to skip?
I don't. I think the Borderlands one was that it. I remember that one being terrible, but I might be
Oh.
thinking of the wrong one.
I remember being in someone's room and watching the Walking Telltale games and
That's
Was it
Mitch.
Tim?
just observing it from afar. No, this was freshman year.
Oh,
It was.
Mm.
You
I
guys know
watched-
what I'm talking
I
about.
watched Mitch play
Yeah.
the Walking Dead
Yeah.
one, most of it.
Tim?
Walking Dead
All
Why
right,
did I play Walking Dead around you?
you did
and the
I'm,
Walking
I'm not
Dead.
denying it. I just don't remember it at all.
when we were roommates.
Yeah, I don't. I remember playing it sophomore year when Felipe watched me, and I remember playing it in high school. I don't remember playing it around you.
I think you did.
I know I played the Borderlands one around you, and then Tim decided that it was terrible, and I was like, you know what, Tim, you're right.
Hey, you guys, I just want to say deuces. I'm heading out. Also, Pokemon Detective, one of the most anticipated games of the year, is going to
Stop.
come out.
Stop.
Launch thing.
No.
Bye,
Pokemon
Joe.
will be-
Bye, Joe.
Pokemon plug. Hey, deuces again.
Bye.
All
Hey,
right.
Joe.
So
Joe,
I'm gonna
nice.
do a quick run through of the rest of the games. Sea of Thieves, Soul Calibur.
Hey, that's Sea of Thieves.
Hey,
DBFZ
that's
Sea
a
of
bigger
Thieves.
game.
Sea of
Sea of Thieves is
looks like a
taking
good
over
game.
Twitch.
I was gonna say, it looks like a cool game. Soul Calibur. I mean, you can't really, even if they're bad, like, how do I say this? Like,
They're still.
They just released a gameplay video for that, like today.
oh, did they? Okay. Well, I'm excited because I'll buy it just because it's like, they have like the best character creation for like any fighting game. Well, maybe besides like, I think Tekken, but yeah, Soul Calibur, cool. It's gonna be great. Maybe.
It'll be decent at best.
It'll at least be fun to
Yeah.
play because I'm not
The
a good
best-
fighting game player.
The best character creator goes to the Mii fighters in Smash 4.
No, wait.
Hands down, there's no argument against it. I'll see myself out.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Wait, hold up.
I disagree with that.
So we talked about Fighters Z already. Death Stranding looks like
Also good.
We
What
don't
the heck is
mind.
Koji? What is the?
Alright,
What
look,
is
alright,
that game?
let me
What do you
explain.
think?
No,
It's
no, no,
fine.
no, no. Here. I know. I understand this game completely. Never mind. I get
Do
it.
you?
I literally every single time we see that game, it's completely different. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So if I'll link a video in the chat, I guess maybe. But there's Funhouse on YouTube. This guy on there, Lawrence, Lawrence, like, really, when he explains something, he explains it in so much detail and it's super thought out and well researched. He came up with this whole explanation of what happens in it, and there's interesting stuff, but it's Kojima stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was complaining about MGS earlier, he does crazy shit, but Kojima does it in a way where people will take it and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm good with this. I'm all right with this." So I feel like that'll be Death Stranding for a while. But I mean, even the newest videos, I think that came out, there's like no semblance of it being gameplay. It just kind of looks like a cutscene. So maybe it'll be interesting. Maybe it'll, I don't know.
I just can't have an opinion of it.
I
What do you
have
think?
reserved hype for it, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I, for one, love things that make people uncomfortable.
Oh,
You should
there's
play
a red.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
No, that makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
Red Dead 2.
So I
Well,
haven't played the first one yet, but I heard it
I
was
haven't either.
amazing by literally everybody
Yeah.
I knew in high school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
If
a
GTA
cool
5
game.
is anything to go off of, it's going to be very controversial. Add a multiplayer component. That game's
Didn't they
dead,
have multiplayer in the first Red Dead?
No.
but nobody played it.
No.
Wait, there wasn't
I
that.
was
Wait, there was a
gonna say, I knew
multiplayer
they-
mode?
Yes.
Yeah, wasn't it like
I had
GTA
no
was like
idea.
open world and you can just
Yeah,
kill
no
people?
one played it.
I
thing
played.
is,
I played like
if they
almost
go
half
the
that
GTA
game.
5 approach and just say screw single player, let's make a multiplayer game. Done. Like GTA 5 is fine because they had a really strong single player, and then they
Right.
ruined every future incarnation of the single player with the multiplayer.
Gotcha.
But like they've already at the point where they know multiplayer is successful now, so it's very worrisome for Red Dead.
Some for literally every franchise. Why make single player? Just do multiplayer.
Well, that's what indie devs are for.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Well, yeah, it's actually a good point. Last of Us 2, I didn't play it.
Who cares?
I don't think Last of Us 2 is coming out this year.
Probably
oh yeah, there's
not.
a little note next to it.
Far Cry 5.
They're making another
Does
one?
anyone
Oh,
care about that?
that's not out yet.
Wait, you mean just Far Cry 3-2 or 3-3, right?
Whatever.
Yeah, 3 because there's Far Cry 3. No, it would be 3-4 because there's Far Cry 3, then Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, then Far Cry 4, which was just Far Cry 3 but
Yeah,
in a
wasn't there
different
like
area.
a Primal or something?
Then there was
Far
Far
Cry
Cry Primal. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Far
so
Cry
we're at
Primal is
3-5.
a
So it is
cool
3-5.
game.
So we're on
This
the
is-
fifth Far Cry 3.
Primal
This
is
is
the
the
best.
one about like races or something.
Yeah, our joke here is
And-
that
and
every Far Cry game after 3 has been Far Cry 3.
Wait, what were you saying, Laurent?
Isn't this the one where you fight like white people or something and people are mad about that?
Oh yeah, isn't it like in Montana or something?
Yeah,
What?
like
It's in
Yeah.
Montana?
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
no,
hold
you're
on,
fighting
hold
like
on.
like racist nationalists. Like that's
Yeah,
that's
but
the
What the hell?
do you know why it's in Montana though?
Why?
Because
No.
Montana, there's such a huge part of Montana that is just raw land, and there's animals that run free around there. There's like no people. A large part of Montana is like not even.
Yeah, a large part of
It's just-
Montana
put it in
is a
Russia, then.
volcano.
Even better, even better. Thank you, Jake. But I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
yeah.
like, there's so much open, raw area that they can
I
use,
just
and that's
love
what
it.
the Far Cry games are all about. I mean,
It-
for the most.
Yeah, but it
They've
doesn't even
been,
be the
like, going
size
to,
of
like, stranded
Montana.
islands with like covered in poverty, and there's a whole bunch of like drug violence and cartels running around. They start in Montana.
yeah, and people are mad that they were portraying American Christians as these evil people.
Oh boy.
They weren't mad with Wolfenstein 2?
Yeah, they're
They
mad
were-
about
yeah,
that too.
they
They were.
Oh, okay.
Julian, you don't remember that?
Yeah,
No,
people were mad
I
about
don't.
Wolfenstein
what
2.
happened?
So when Wolfenstein 2 came out, I mean, the developers said like we really did not know that the United States would be at the time it's in now when we started developing this game and locked in that it would be set in the United States. They did that years ago, and it just so happened that the political climate became what it was. The citizens of the U.S. and just toxic stuff on social media and everywhere in the news that just happened. But the guy said we planned for it to be in America from the start. Like we
Okay.
didn't know shit was gonna be like this.
Okay, so explain to me how a
Yeah.
game where you kill Nazis is controversial. I don't
No,
understand.
that was a big part of it. So the guy was saying like, well, I mean, I guess it's because everybody's like, oh, Trump's a Nazi, and all the
That's just not true.
well, I know.
Yeah.
But, like, what I'm saying is that people are so. If somebody's in the slightest bit, how do I say this carefully?
If they're slightly
But,
conservative,
but, you,
and
but
people
you
call them a
remember
Nazi.
the recent riots of like, oh, the white pride and neo-Nazis all over the place, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
8 of them. There's 8 of them out there, and they're it's being glorified like there's 5,000.
Yeah. So those people are pissed about it, and people who don't know that, like, oh, these white pride people and these neo-Nazis are just, they're Nazis and they're racist and what they stand for. Like, come on, very serious. They're flying a swastika. Like, what are you mad about? Just those weird people are upset. I mean, people in their right minds are like, yeah, we're killing Nazis. I think that's a good, you're killing Nazis. I mean, who cared? Like, even the developer, a Vice dude, interviewed him, and
That's
he's
the
like,
closest thing we have to supervillains.
yeah, like really, look at Nazi uniforms. They were straight up designed to be like this iconic evil look, like black and a little red.
They're literally called
leather.
stormtroopers.
Yeah, like
That's literally their name.
well, yeah, but like there was a Vice interview where he talks to one of the main producers, and he's saying, "So are you like what's the word?
Are you a Nazi?
No, messing. What's the term where you're like something with a beehive? You're hitting the hive or something. What is it?
You have a hive mind? Like, what do you
Hive
mean?
mind?
Beehive, like where you're knocking a beehive around, like you're causing trouble. You know that euphemism?
Stirring the pot? That's what I know.
Something stirring the pot, whatever.
Yeah.
But he used the
Poking the
analogy of
hive?
that something like that. You're poking the beehive or something. I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, that's it.
I get what you mean.
But the guy was saying, well, I mean, not really, but if the beehive's full of Nazis, then fuck those guys. I mean, they're Nazis. So it's like, yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point.
It's an obvious point.
Yeah, and then there's a African American woman character in Wolfenstein. That's a big part of it. And they interviewed her voice actress, and they're like, well, how do you feel about, the stuff that's going on? She's like, I think it's great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. There's strong characters. I mean, I don't really see what people are up in arms for. So, I don't know. Just what were we talking about?
We're talking about Far Cry Primal, and then
how excited we are for this game coming in.
Far Cry
yeah.
5, I'm sorry.
Listen, if you're killing somebody who's like in a video, first off, it's a video game, it's fake. But if they stand for something that's bad, who cares? Just kill them. Like, why is that a problem? Why is that an issue?
Well, this one, it's the fact that
Okay.
people feel that they're portraying Christians in a bad light, and you can't do that in America.
I guess.
But they do that to themselves all the time.
Well, you should tell them that.
Yeah,
I mean-
tell that.
There's
They're
only
KKK members, aren't they?
Tell Montanians that.
It's a dumb argument to make
Or
about the portraying Christians in a bad light.
While we're on the subject, you said Montanians. What about those Oregonians with the gas?
the guns at the trail.
All right. Pokemon Detective.
No one cares.
Next.
No one cares. Next. All right.
Joe's gone. We don't have to do that one.
All right. So that's the anticipated video games for 2018. That was a longer.
Oh, there are a
list.
lot of. What happened
There's
to
There are a
the
lot
others?
of other games on this list.
We
Oh,
talked
Mega
about.
Man 11.
Mega Man
All
11.
right, we talked about that last time.
We explicitly skipped over.
Detroit, no one cares. DBZ, we talked about that last time.
Listen, listen.
That comes out in
Mary,
2 hours.
Mary cares because
Actually, yeah, we're pretty much good here. Let's go on.
Mary,
Yeah, I went through the
Wow.
list. I legit went through this list.
we did.
Yeah.
Kirby
Yeah.
Star something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
who
one
cares?
cares.
We talked about that last time.
Allies.
Yeah, we talked about it already.
We'll talk about that when they release something.
All right. So we're gonna do this is a new little section where we're just going to sort of ask a general question to everyone who's in the show. And this week we've got 2 of them. We'll start with the first one. Favorite boss in a video game.
Fuck, I didn't think of this.
All right. Whoever's got one can start.
Let me go through my
Alright.
games and look and see what I played.
My go-to is Ornstein and Smaug from Dark Souls.
I knew you were gonna say
Fuck,
that.
you're
I
right.
knew you were
That's
gonna
right.
say that.
That's
No,
the
I agree
first
with
boss that I think that turned me into the hardcore player I am. Because up until that point, it was just like, oh, whatever, playing games, and then I actually had to work for that one.
Yeah, I agree with Mitch entirely. Like
After
was
I beat
doing
that boss, Dark Souls became the entire Dark Souls trilogy became trivial for me.
a bit, yeah. Oh, Fume Knight was also a pretty good one for me, at least, because I had so much trouble with him.
Which
And
one was he?
Fume Knight, he was in Dark Souls 2. He was at the end of the tower. He had this super huge sword, like the biggest great sword in the game.
That's a lot of bosses you're describing.
No, but like he was at the end of the tower. It was an icy tower, and you had to kill like their
Was he DLC?
maidens. Yeah, he was DLC.
Okay, I never played the 2 DLC.
Oh, okay. Well, Fume Knight for me because I did everything like Dark Souls 2 was pretty easy, just in general.
yeah.
Like if you compare it to the first Souls
'Cause
game,
you couldn't roll. You had the block. They nerfed rolling.
yeah, not even that, but it was like I
It's
just
like-
I thought it was so strange because just for anyone who doesn't know, it's pretty easy to find this one specific armor set in Dark Souls 2 called Vengarl's armor. And
Okay.
I just wore that and I was like, okay. And then I used a big ass great shield and a great sword. And I was like, well, there's no
You know,
this is
there
like-
is
this
there
is
is one
barely this
strategy.
isn't even a challenge. I'm just wailing on bosses and like I'll die maybe twice and then I'll finally get the boss.
And there
Well,
is
I got
one
to Fume
strategy in
Knights.
Dark Souls 2 that works wonders against almost every boss, and that is take your control stick right, push it to the right, and you're good.
Yeah.
Dodge all of their
That's-
attacks.
That's literally how you But
It
but
dodges
anyways,
every
Fume Knight, I had so much trouble with him. Like everything I did was for naught. And I would try to summon people, the NPCs, I would change armor. Like I was doing stuff I never did before. And then I found one thing that was like if you wear a specific helmet, he'll skip his entire first phase, and that might be easier because you just have to follow one big slow weapon, but if you get hit once, it's over. And I learned that even though I wore armor, I would still get hit in the same. I would still die in the same amount of hits than without armor. And so I was like, "Fuck it! I'll just wear no armor except for the helmet, so I'll be as quick as possible, and I'll use my biggest sword, and I'll just hit him once, and be very patient with it." And I did that, and it was the most satisfying, like Souls fight,
Oh,
except for
that's always
Ornstein and
great.
Smog. But yeah, Ornstein and Smog is great because
Here's-
that's like the halfway point of the game, and it's like, oh, you thought everything was hard. Here you go, fight Big Boy and Pikachu. And no, yeah. Well, anyways, you go.
Pikachu
You
and
guys,
Snorlax.
yeah,
Big
Pikachu and
and small.
Snorlax.
Drake and Josh. They have a lot of names.
So Ornstein and Smog and Fume Knight, you guys can go.
I can talk about a boss I fought in recent memory, I guess.
Go for
I'd be spoiling the game for Mitch. I was going to talk about a boss from Echo Shadows of Valentia. But like, do you care about spoilers or?
I mean, I don't see how there's really a. I don't see how those bosses are anything. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Go on.
Okay, so there's this character in the game named Braku. I'd have to explain the plot of the game. Basically, there are these two gods in the game, Duma and Milla. Duma
Wait, so
is the god of.
Is this a boss as in it was really hard to beat, or it had a lot of story significance?
It had a lot of story significance, yeah.
Okay, I'll just mute you real quick. Let me know when he's done.
I won't. I'll just say it was good in terms of the story. I guess I can. Okay, there's this character named Brakud in the story. He's married to Renea. It's his wife. He basically sacrifices her for power. And then like during cutscenes and stuff, you can like you understand like how he met her and who he is. He's like jealous of the main character. And he sacrifices his wife for more power, and you like and you fight him in the final dungeon of the game, and that whole segment was it was a good fight in the game.
Cool.
Yeah.
Someone can tell Mitch that he can be unmuted now.
Okay.
That someone is you.
Oh, right. Yeah, you didn't mute all of us. You just muted Julian. Right.
Yeah.
Mary, you got one for us?
Can I? Yeah. Mary?
Mary?
Yes, I have one. I have okay, so this boss is really easy, but it's my favorite boss in any video game ever because the cutscene that plays before you actually get into the boss fight is the funniest thing. in any video game, and it's from Devil May Cry or DMC Devil May Cry.
I forgot about
And-
Bayonetta.
The reboot or one of the older ones?
This is the re-
It's a reboot. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Really, the
so
reboot?
yeah.
You played Devil May Cry before, Julian?
No, I just heard.
And why are you saying it like that?
I hear bad things about the reboot.
Oh my god.
That's the
And
only one
I've
I
only
played. I
played
thought
the
it was fine.
reboot, so
So what boss was it?
it's the succubus,
Cool.
and so the actual boss fight is really easy. I don't remember very much about it. You just kind of like fly to different directions, and you have to like cut. She like she's a very ugly looking thing.
But how's she? Just kidding. Go.
I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so like I don't know. I wish you could like show the video. It's like a 1 minute thing.
This thing?
Here, I'll
That's
Yeah.
A succubus?
yeah. But this is the video. This is the cutscene. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you could like play it for the stream.
That's hot.
Yeah, I won't really be able to play it for the stream. I don't have that technology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what about
Okay.
it did you like so much?
That's Smash.
It's really funny. I don't know how to explain it. It's the kind of dialogue that you wouldn't I wasn't expecting, and
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Cool.
Larone.
I like that.
Wait, I'm next.
Just
I
why
mean, I can go next if you don't want. Yeah, go for it.
mention.
Go for
Did I
it.
say one thing?
Yeah, I forgot about Bayonetta
Yeah.
too. I can chime in on that.
In Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, the very end of Terra's story, I thought was so cool because I mean I don't know if anybody really cares about spoilers. The game's a couple years old and it's on the
I know.
PS4.
I care a little bit.
Well, I'm just gonna say one thing real quick.
Don't care about the Kingdom Hearts story.
Well, I'm just gonna say it because
Yeah,
it was
go
awesome.
for it. Go for it.
If you haven't heard Kingdom Hearts, maybe skip the next 20-30 seconds. But Terra gets possessed by Xehanort and he takes over his body and he tries to walk away, but they're on like this plateau, and right when he's about to like get to the end of the plateau, these chains shoot up and there's an orb around everything, and then this possessed Terra looks behind him and his armor is there, like with his sword in the ground, like waiting for him to see him, and then he stands up and pulls his sword out, and it's called the Lingering Will. Or no, it's called
It's called the Lingering Will. You're right.
It was? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Terra's will to fight the darkness is so great that even if his body is taken over, he will still fight. I just thought that was the coolest thing, both story-wise, and it was a fun fight too. So yeah, I'm done with that. It's awesome.
Still need to beat Birth by Sleep.
You really don't. It's alright. No, I mean, it's not a bad game, but I beat it and I barely remember what happened. Ventus is a stupid. Aqua has no character. And Terra, whatever. Terra's cool. He's the best one. Alright, Larone. Sorry.
Fine.
Or Jake. Or Julian, whichever.
Anyone.
Final boss of Trails in the Sky, second chapter. Just because the Merciless Savior is the GOAT boss theme.
I
And
know
the story's
nothing about that
quality.
game.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that game.
Well, you should. They're on Steam.
Oh, here's one that Julian and Larone will probably appreciate. The very, very final boss of Sonic Adventure 2 with where Live and Learn is playing in the background. That was awesome.
That was awesome, but
Like
That's
that
true.
fight does not age well.
like as a child, and that song is playing, and you're Super Shadow and Super
It is
Sonic.
so hype.
It was the hypest shit
And
ever.
we're
as a kid.
esports here. You guys have been very bad about that.
What, esports?
No.
Yeah, we've cursed several times. It's fine.
Oh, we're not supposed to curse.
Family friendly.
Whoops.
My 4-year-old daughter watches this.
Yo, what? All right, I'm sorry. I'm done. I swear those are the only boss. I'm done. I won't interrupt anymore.
I mean, right now the thing at the very bottom of our chat over here is someone being flipped off. I'm just gonna.
What?
No one can see this.
Huh?
Yeah, what?
Alright.
What are you doing?
I'm sending messages too quickly, apparently. I actually said a word in there. Apparently, I said sad. The rest of those is gibberish.
Alright, stop. The stream can't even see this. Alright.
Jake, did you
What
say
if it-
yours?
Yeah, I haven't said
Oh,
mine yet.
children. No,
So,
I swear to God, if you say your hands, or any form of boss that is a pair of hands,
no!
Master hand?
Master hand. No, to me it's sort of a toss. I'll just give there's kind of three. Two of them are from the same game though.
Is one of them Wind Waker?
No.
Really?
One of
is
them.
one of them a hand?
One of them. I can't say the name of the boss because it's a spoiler, but it's from Xenoblade.
Oh.
Spoiler to
Oh.
who?
Spoiler to most people.
Wait, like the last boss, or
No. Lol. No.
right? I'm trying to think which boss. And pay for your insults. That one.
No. So it happens. It's one of the like first really difficult boss fights, more difficult boss fights in the game, and it's against somebody who knows somebody that you're with very well.
Oh. I
And-
think I know.
And he's sort of like they're not in control of their own body really, and you have to fight them. And
Terra, Birth by Sleep.
and basically like I'm saying this very poorly.
Just say it. Spoil it. Who cares?
No,
I mean, I want to play Xenoblade eventually.
yeah, I really
it's
don't want to
fine.
spoil
How,
this one.
how old is
But-
that?
Okay. Sorry.
It's
Okay,
it's
so my
it's a
audio
Wii
just
game.
cut out there for some reason. Sorry, could you go over which boss it was again?
I put it in the chat. What kind of?
Brother,
But-
husband, oh that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's one of it's like sort of emotional, and at the end of the boss fight, things kind of happen, and it's really cool, and that's like
What
a-
area? does
quite
the
a
fight happen?
challenging fight. It's the first Mechonis thing.
So you mean in Colony 6?
No. After. Long after. Alright. Not important. And then my
I guess that's
the
fair.
other bosses it's like a tie between Metaton and Undyne from Undertale.
from Undertale. Okay.
Oh, did you ever fight Sans?
No, I have not.
Sans? Sans? Derp?
No,
Isn't
I
that
have.
Undine?
I never beat him. I need to go back and do that.
I don't know if it's Undine, Undyne.
Oh.
I'm just proving his point at that point. So
Yeah. That's definitely not hand friendly, so I have not gone back. But
I have a
those
better answer for a
those-
boss fight.
those fights are
Okay.
awesome because they're like those bosses are just hard.
have you done the Undyne on the Genocide run? Because it's completely different.
Yeah, I know it's. I've seen it, but no, I've never done it.
And the soundtrack that plays.
Well, that one's not that bad because it's just arrows.
Yeah. I think the Undyne and the Metaton fight are plenty hard.
I'm pretty sure and when I played it, I befriended him somehow, or was that the spider?
That's the spider.
I had a perfect run my first time through. Since I saw you play through half the game, I was prepared for it.
Yeah, that's one of those games where if you have enough knowledge, you can like skip like a ton of shit stuff.
I still got the neutral ending because there's a bunch of stuff you have to do that I didn't know about, but they were nice enough to tell you after you beat it and be like, "Go back and do this." Like, okay.
Yeah. But sorry,
Flower.
Julian, you were gonna say something?
Yeah. Okay. I'll say Cynthia from Pokemon Platinum is one of my favorite boss fights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Soundtrack
she was
for-
the first champion in Pokemon to have like a team since Gary
to
or
have
Blue.
a real team. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so obvious. Why don't you just not pick 6 Pidgeys? If you didn't have 5 Metapods, you might actually be able to do something. You might get out of this forest.
Yeah.
Well, Gen 1 didn't have enough Pokemon. Like, how are you gonna have a dragon trainer when there's literally one dragon?
That's clearly not the issue because
Lance was probably
limiting.
Elite
They keep limiting the Pokemon in the later games to have like a max of 200, so you run into the same issues in every game. You have like 700 to work with, and they would say, "Nah, that's too many. We'll just put them in the game and not do anything with them."
Damn.
It's fine. I think it's fine to have like a selection of Pokemon for the main campaign.
Yeah, but you need more, so you don't run into these issues with someone with 6 Metapods.
There are a dime a dozen in the game. A trainer with like the same Pokemon for 6 of their team slots.
But then like you'll go into the issue with everyone has a Caterpie or a form of Caterpie. When someone could have a Caterpie, someone could have a Weedle, someone could have that thing from Gen 3, whatever that is. Someone could have that dying thing in Gen 3.
Somebody could have a hoe-ass pink Butterfree that makes Butterfree leave. Get some piece of that pink Poontang Butterfree pie.
Alright, moving on.
Yep. Yep. All right.
So Pokemon Platinum. She was hard, and she had a really diverse team, and she was cool looking. Yeah.
It's been a while since Pokemon games were hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Next topic.
Next one. This one's a tougher one. Favorite level in a video game. Level is a difficult.
I got
next.
Hold on. I think this is there was a PS2 game that came out near the beginning of its life cycle called Rygar: The Legendary Adventure. And the levels were not like crazy amazingly designed or anything, but they looked really cool because they were like the Greco-Roman era and they looked really, really cool. And they had music in them that was it was an actual orchestra that made all of the music in the game. And it was such a nice tune. It's like I don't know, it's just really nice. But there's this one level called the Poseidonia Shrine, like Poseidon, but I don't know. They made all the gods in this one like women, like there's no Zeus or anything like that. But yeah, the Poseidonia Shrine, because that song is so nice, and then the Garian Hill, because again that song was really nice, and you come back to that area later. So yeah, I guess that. But it'll probably, if I had something else, it'd probably be something from like Halo 3, just because I love Halo like a lot, especially 3 and Reach.
Yeah. That level in 3 where they're the 2 scarabs, you gotta take them both down.
Oh, that was so awesome. Yeah,
I was really disappointed when they didn't put those in ODST.
I mean, you're a Spartan 2 taking down scarabs. That's feasible. ODSTs are not. I mean, they're not pushovers, but they're very capable. But I don't know. I just, they don't have the raw strength to rip, people's arms out of their sockets or stuff like that.
Yeah.
ODSTs are good.
Right.
I'm not bashing them.
Yeah, it was Reach. I was disappointed. ODST actually has one where you fight it with the Banshees. It was Reach where they don't have any.
Oh, did it?
And you
it's
are
been a while since I've played.
Yeah, right.
It's been a while since I played ODST. Oh, dude, Mitch, real quick, I logged into Halo 3 and Reach the other day on the 360 just to see how many people were playing. I want to say there was a little over 1,000 people still playing Reach, and like maybe less than 200 people playing Halo 3
on the Xbox One remakes.
Huh?
The Xbox One remake. Wouldn't they be playing on that?
Like on the Master Chief Collection?
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, I mean, I think that game had multiplayer issues that were never ever solved. So I don't think anybody was playing that.
That sounds about right.
But I just remember when they were talking about backwards compatibility, and they finally put the Halo, Reach and 3 on there for enhanced on Xbox One X. And I thought there would be more people playing because of that. But I guess no, there's still like barely anybody playing those games still. But hardcore community, they'll play those games till their dying breath.
Kind of like Melee.
Yeah.
My level.
But Melee is like, there's still it's a fighting game. There's tournaments and stuff, but like Halo 3 is like
you know, once the servers go down, that's it. I mean, people were still playing Halo 2. Like, they had their Xboxes on forever just so the servers wouldn't go down. And as long as you didn't log out, you wouldn't be kicked. You could just keep playing Halo 2 forever. And I want to say there were like 4 guys right at the end that did not turn off their Xboxes.
The number 2 slot got his internet died or something.
Oh man,
Xbox lit on fire or something like that. It was something crazy.
Microsoft
but doesn't
planned
Halo 3
it.
have like a competitive community?
Halo 3? Oh man, I don't know.
I know,
maybe
I know
back
they
in
have
the day
locals.
before
Halo 2 used to.
But like before esports kind of became what it is, I think Halo really had like competitive. I mean, Halo 5 I know has stuff going on because it's like, to some it's like the epitome of Halo shooter gameplay because it's like just so perfect. I haven't played it yet. I'm going to, but I don't think Halo 3's been that relevant in years. Like, it was still relevant when Reach came out just because it was so good and people who played Reach had 3 still and we all just played and swapped games, whatever. But I think when Halo 4 came out, it was like, yeah, Halo's not really
rip in peace.
Yeah, Halo 4 I don't know was bad. It was just,
I really enjoyed the Halo 4 multiplayer, but I didn't put nearly as much time into it. Like, I think it fell off much quicker.
right. Yeah, I think that was because like people played Halo and they're like, we know this story, but they didn't read the books, and like Halo 4 was like, hey, all you people that actually read the books and all the other media, we appreciate you guys for appreciating Halo more than the games, so we're gonna appeal to you, and that's nice and all, but like it was so far into that stuff that nobody else had any idea what was going on.
The opposite of what Star Wars did. Gotcha.
Yeah, like my friend Zach read the books, and so he knew everything, and it was really cool when he would tell me stuff about the lore. And I was like, oh wow, so that's how this happened and this happened, and it's really cool. And those books are good written in general, but you know, there's just stuff that nobody followed. And then they did a web series, and they did other animated stuff, and it was just like nobody. Only the diehard Halo fans will do this. But all right, I'm done with my Halo rant.
So my level then, I'm gonna go with New Donk City.
That's what I keep hearing.
I'm gonna try to be spoiler free here, but that level does not have enemies. It's just jumping from building to building, doing all these crazy jumps with the hat. It's just great. Oh, and that part of it is amazing too, where you go to the concert and you just kind of.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say any more about that because it's probably the best part in the game.
Nice. Can't wait to get a Switch with Metroid Prime 4.
I think I've been spoiled by that, so yeah.
Well, don't play the game; it's ruined now.
Yeah.
Ruined, don't play.
But yeah, a lot to look forward to in that level.
I'm definitely looking forward to being able to play Odyssey one day.
Well, it's not challenging in the slightest, so you could probably play it.
That's not how this works.
Oh, the post world. There's one of them. There's one level that's challenging, and it's more. The challenge comes from doing 12 challenges in a row, none of which are particularly challenging, but you only get 3 hits. So, anyways, if you like the other 3D platformer Mario's Sunshine and 64, you'll love this game.
Nice.
I do like me some Sunshine.
I like Sunshine.
I like Galaxy and 3D World.
Julian, then this is your chance to talk about your favorite level in a video game.
All right, I can go. All right, one of my favorite levels is from Bayonetta.
Oh, cool. Which one?
So this level kind of breaks up the formula in the game. Like, you know, Bayonetta is a hack and slash combo heavy game, but
get a high score.
But there's this one level in the game that it's a tribute to Afterburner. So like you're on a motorcycle and you're like playing Afterburner in Bayonetta.
Huh.
And it's really cool how they did that. Plus the music for that level is just amazing.
Cool.
I'll try and link it in the chat. Hold on.
I would link the Rygar music that I was talking about, but it's so like nobody posts that stuff anymore. Jake, did you say your favorite level?
No, I haven't gotten there yet.
That would be one of my favorite levels.
We want to do me? I don't know. Julian was still saying something.
No, I'm done.
All right, I guess I can. I think I kind of have two again,
I
but
think therefore I am.
one of them is again from Xenoblade, and it's I always pronounce this wrong. Agathera.
The place that's gonna have a bad time.
No, that's not. No,
yeah,
that's not. That's not Agathera. No, Agathera is the capital of Mechonis. The capital city of Mechonis. Like that has like the soundtrack of Xenoblade is really really good. But like that area has like some of the most like perfect music, especially as you learn more and more about what happened to that place, and like you're like walking around in this like what used to be a huge bustling city and is now spoiler. So like, but in the music, it's so good. That level is pretty awesome. But as far as actually playing, I think my favorite level of a video game is from King's Quest IX, Chapter 2.
9.
Is that the one we played together?
Yeah, that's the one where you're in the dungeon caves in the
Whoa.
prison.
Oh my god, that one was so good.
It's so good. that level is amazing. I've played it numerous times with numerous different people. It's awesome. There's actually choices that impact the game. It's cool, it's funny, it's a very high quality game. For anyone who hasn't played it, King's Quest IX, excellent game.
But to add on to what you were saying earlier, Xenoblade 2, right up there in quality. Play that if you haven't.
I know. It's like the number one reason I want. I know I'm gonna get a Switch. Then the only thing stopping me is my hands. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a.
Otherwise, I would have a Switch.
You have what, Julian?
A comically large backlog of video games that I need to play.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, I guess.
I have like a bunch of Steam games that are never gonna get played, so.
I have a couple of Steam games that'll never be played.
I mean, Julian, if there's one on that list that I honestly, above all else, you should play the first Dark Souls. The very game.
No, you should play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
I think that'll be the only one that'll really push you to be like, you should play it.
Here's just a taste of my backlog.
Jesus. Whoa.
I don't buy games anymore unless I'm going to play them that same night. That's my rule.
Oh yeah,
I run into this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not the only one. All right.
Dota 2? Are you really gonna play Dota 2? Does Gary's Mod even count?
A lot of these actually come from Humble Bundles.
I need to play
one game and I got.
Yeah, that's.
I love Humble Bundle. Well, I mean, there was one Humble Bundle that I was like, man, this is so cool, and I used everything that I got in there. And there's another one that I was like, oh, okay, I'll get that one too, and I haven't even. I have it, but because the first one was like a whole bunch of Dark Horse Star Wars comics, and I read them all, and the other one was it was like radio. It was the original radio plays of Star Wars movies from back in like the 70s and 80s, and then a couple of books and comics that were like audiobooks, and I meant to listen to them on the train to school, but I didn't do that. Because why listen to audio plays and audiobooks when you could be reading Berserker JoJo on the train?
True.
You read Berserk in public?
Yeah, I don't care.
That's gonna get you some weird looks.
No, because they're on the Metro. Everybody's whatever.
Gotcha.
I was on the Metro. I was against the window. Nobody looked at my iPad. It was fine.
You can download the Amnesia collection for free for it.
Oh yeah, I got that on PSN. I haven't touched it. I did play the first Amnesia game, half of it, a while back. It's all right.
Pretty sure I have that.
Amnesia.
Yep, purchased in 2012.
I was in high school when you.
I don't remember that.
All right,
you guys should play
Mary.
Bayonetta.
Huh?
How about you
guys
for
should play
favorite
Bayonetta.
level?
Oh,
Bayonetta 1 is on Steam.
yeah, so
Wait.
I was thinking about this question, and I'm not entirely sure because I have a lot. I don't know. But one that I like, it's from Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh.
Um,
Uh,
and I guess it isn't really like a specific level, but like the Honey Hive Galaxy.
really?
It's just
The one with B Mario, really?
yeah, it's so much fun.
Wow, that's like the bottom of my list for Galaxy. It's one of the reasons I stopped.
But it's so cute.
Wait. You never beat Galaxy?
Me? No.
I beat
That
it a
is
long
totally
time ago.
understandable.
No.
It's not a good
It's
game.
perfectly
man.
No,
understandable.
it's a good game.
Can I borrow those games from
It
somebody?
it
Because
doesn't
I
have
never
the
played it.
challenge. It does not have the challenge of the old 2D Mario games.
It-
That's
doesn't have
fine.
it does not have the exploration of the 3D Mario games. It has nothing.
It has
It has
amazing music
cool
Yeah.
physics and good music,
and cool physics.
It does not have
Yeah.
cool physics.
Yes, it does.
It looks
The
nice and has
world
good
is
music.
really
The physics get in the
cute.
way more than they help. They hurt more than they help. That's simply just it. You'll hold the stick in one direction and be running, and he'll just like turn around and go the other way and run into a spike ball or something.
so yeah, something like that.
I like that like to do the spin move, you have to physically move the Wii remote. I like
You're
when they
in the
incorporate
world were you
extreme
born on?
minority.
Did you just like that you like that?
Mary likes motion controls.
Like
Not just
I like motion control.
no.
Totally
Not only
got
does she liking motion controls is fine, but she likes like the bad motion, like
Oh,
shaking the remote to do a move that could be something that could be a button that's instead mapped to motion controls is bad motion controls.
But then it feels like you're actually doing it.
No, it doesn't.
kind
Bro,
of.
Bro, you
Yes,
have the
it
Back to the
does.
Future Telltale games?
I get that, but why is there not an option? Why is there no control scheme that allows you to just hit a button?
Because Nintendo,
There's not enough buttons to
they're
do that.
innovative.
Really.
That's not
That's
even
just
true.
not true.
You can
Quote,
hit
unquote,
A and B at the
innovative.
same time or something. There's a lot of ways
Route
they could have done it.
666. That's the level.
That's how you crouch. No, wait. That's for the nunchuck. I
Yeah,
don't
A and B
remember
at the same time
what
don't
A-
do anything in
So
Galaxy.
in Odyssey, you can do the ground pound in the air, and you can cancel it into your dash. So, they have lots of creative stuff like that to let you do your moves. They're only like
That comes right out of 2D
used for
Mario.
movement.
You can do
Yeah.
that in
Two-
the new Super Mario.
For those, didn't you have
games.
to? You had to hit them at the same time, right?
No, you could just
Wait, what?
ground pound and like halfway through your ground pound cancel it at any time.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I never played the ones with the new on the name. It's pretty old now, but
Just play DS, the first one. And
I played New Super Mario Bros. U with that's a
Again,
quality
those-
game if you play it. Don't play it alone. Those games suck alone.
yeah,
You
those-
have to
they
play
don't
it with
have the
another-
challenge. They don't have the challenge of this is actually the same thing I said about Galaxy. They don't have the challenge of the old games. They don't have the exploration of the new games. They've got nothing.
No, they have multiplayer. They have multiplayer, which makes it plenty hard when you have somebody constantly trying to
Yeah.
screw you over.
That's terrible. I don't want to do that.
It is
Yeah, but it's
so
like-
much fun.
You're with friends, and it's a fun time.
Yeah,
It's
it
like-
is honestly
Smash with
really
items on,
fun.
It's like that board game mode in Smash 4 that nobody wanted. Yeah, it's on the main screen ahead of the main core game mode.
That game is a Smash Tour. Everyone loves Smash Tour.
Yo, I had to play Smash 4 a bunch, so 100% Smash 4.
Wait, you actually did that?
Yeah, he
I did.
100%.
Oh my god! This man a medal.
Yeah, he 100%ed no hammers. He's a crazy man.
No ham. Oh, how
Yeah, I
long
use
did
no
that
hammers.
take? How long?
Oh
did
man, that took me.
How did you beat the multi-man army that were just like nonsense?
I used
had to
Lucina, I think. I used the Lucina trick.
But didn't you have to do it with like Rob or something?
I don't remember.
Yeah, there's one that you have to do with Rob. It's like insane melee or whatever, like 10 people.
Dude, I forgot. But yeah, I did it.
Yeah,
That's one of
You
my
have
proud-
my respects.
yeah.
Would you say?
It's one of my proudest accomplishments.
Oh, nice.
I 100% at Wind Waker.
So who hasn't set a
once.
level?
And
Wait, who hasn't set a level?
Jake. Wait, no, Jake.
No, I did. I think we all.
Roan.
Wait, no, Mauricio hasn't.
Huh?
No, the round did.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Mauricio.
Yeah.
I mean,
I said
Wait.
we're good then.
honorable mention: City Escape and Metal Harbor. Sonic Adventure 2.
Yep.
Honorable
Cityscape
mention
was-
that
Cityscape was hype.
the level from Tropical Freeze where Country Returns. I forgot which game.
Yeah.
That, it's like there's like a sunset in the background and it changes the level.
No,
You guys
no,
know what I'm
no.
talking about?
Oh,
Yes, I do know what
honorable
you're talking about, but honorable mention, like, so many levels from Tropical Freeze that, like,
Yeah.
belong
honorable
in.
mention the fourth island in Xenoblade X, where it's just like all white and snowy, but it's like powder and
Yeah.
it's all just amazing.
Yeah, Valent something with a V.
Valentina.
I don't
It's not
remember,
Valentina, but that also has the best song in the whole game.
Honorable mention: the Casino Palace in Persona 5. Just because Whims of Fate is a banger.
I
Need to play that.
Persona 3 has a better soundtrack.
Nah, Silva.
Why?
That's it. Silva.
Do I agree with that?
You probably agree.
Whoa. what was
Honorable
that?
mention: the Distortion World from Pokemon Platinum.
All right, we should probably stop now.
Yep.
Honorable mention: all of Doom 2016.
Honorable mention:
that's fair.
the final level in Cage 2
Stop.
and Fantasia in 3D. All right, I'm done.
Stop.
Honorable mention: the Triforce Collection Quest in Wind Waker. Just kidding.
Stop.
All right, Monster Hunter
It's like-
World.
this is last-
Not coming to the Switch because Switch is too weak. Lol. All right.
Well,
We
that's
didn't
not
talk about
entirely
that.
true. The reason it's not coming to the Switch is because when Capcom began development, they wanted to do it for the most powerful console that they knew about, which was the PS4 and the Xbox One. They're
So
I want to say,
they assumed that the Switch would compete with those.
well, they just I mean, I guess they just didn't know, and like, why would you wait longer to make a game for something that the hardware might be so vastly different or so? I mean, I don't want to make assumptions, but I just I get it. You design for what's there already, so it'll, so what it's coming for. I mean, I understood it. I thought it was all right. Would it be cool to be on the Switch? Sure. I wouldn't really want to play that out, like on the go, but whatever.
I mean, I don't use the Switch as a portable console. I don't know
Right.
anyone who does. Not, at least outside of Japan.
Etika does.
He's wrong.
I think there's a chance of Monster Hunter World coming to the Switch.
Yeah,
Cool.
probably.
That would be cool because in, I think, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and maybe the other one for the 3DS, they had Samus armor and other Nintendo themed stuff. So that would be cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Monster Hunter was always a Nintendo. Well,
Nope. Shut your
no,
mouth. It came out
no,
on the
it was-
PS2 and PSP years before that. Then they moved over to the Wii. And the
Oh,
3D
okay.
and the,
I didn't know that. I thought they were always with Nintendo.
No, the first one started on PS2 years ago.
So I hear this one's a lot easier to get into. I think when we were talking earlier, we all said we played it for an hour and then dropped it. But this one's supposed to have a lot of those issues ironed out and more modern.
Yeah, I was pretty hyped.
I was listening to a couple reviewers and they all gave it great reviews, but it was like they took what was pretty good about Monster Hunter and they improved it, and they took the bad stuff and corrected it, made stuff less archaic in general. Just like you said, made it more modern and updated it and stuff. And I don't know. I mean, everybody said is this is the best Monster Hunter to date. And a lot of that comes from the better hardware. Like there's a new level called the Coral Highlands that looks super cool and something I haven't seen before. So imagine running around there in your cool armor and you see a big ass monster and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna kill that and cut its scales off and make super badass armor and weapons out of it. Awesome.
Is there a reason to go back to 3 Ultimate?
No, 4 Ultimate is on the. Well, I told you guys back in December, it was on 4 Ultimate was on sale for $12 on the 3DS, and that's why I got it. And I played it, loved it. It was so good. Yeah, I mean, if you can get it on the 3DS for cheap, I would say get it because it's fun to play. But I never played it on the go because for me it's so you have to pay attention and you can't just play it outside because that's not. I don't like mobile game. I don't like playing on the go when you have to be super concentrated on it. But
Why'd you like Samus Returns?
I didn't play that on the go. I played it at home.
Oh, I thought you meant like on the go, just mobile in general. Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
Like
Yeah.
literally, like I'm in a car or on the train.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mobile-
Like if I take it to a friend's house or like go to school and play it in a friend's dorm or something in between classes, that's fine because I'm sitting down, you know.
Yeah.
So Monster Hunter World is going to be cool. Check it out if you can.
So John Cena might be playing Duke Nukem in the Duke Nukem movie.
Is
I
Duke
don't like
Nukem
that.
even relevant?
I don't like that because Duke Nukem as a character, like John Cena has a very good like image. Like, you know, he's in WWE and stuff like that, but like he's got a very good image about him, and Duke Nukem is like not the complete opposite, but he's way on the other spectrum of what John Cena is now. Like Duke Nukem's, you know, I wouldn't say he's, how do I say this? He was a womanizer kind of character.
Yeah.
He was, you know, he would curse. He would, you know, it's just not something that I would see John Cena doing. And if they changed the character to adjust to John Cena, like in a way that he would, I don't know, like I feel like if they changed that, it wouldn't be Duke Nukem, because Duke Nukem is meant to be like, you know, he's shooting up aliens with a shotgun while he's in a strip club. And then there's a stripper over there. He gives her $5. And he's like, "Shake it, baby." Like that's Duke Nukem. That's what happened.
I know nothing. So it turns out I know nothing about Duke Nukem.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm
Well,
learning
go play
right.
Duke.
That's what I'm learning right now.
So the I think I haven't really played them a lot, but the best way to get into what everybody thinks is Duke
remake?
Nukem, the definitive. Play Duke Nukem 3D. It's like dirt cheap, and you can find it on literally everything.
Yeah, I think
you could get it. I think you could even.
I think
get
I
it
might
on,
even have it.
like iPad or something like that.
I think I got it as a Humble Bundle or something.
Yeah, I'd say like play it for a few levels, and you'll get what Duke Nukem is. You know, like how there's other examples I have, but like
wait, I have some Duke Nukem in my Steam
do it.
library.
Oh, okay.
But
But like,
I have Forever and 3D.
yeah, Duke Nukem is just not what I would consider to line up with John Cena's image in general. Like John Cena has done a stupid amount of Make-A-Wish Foundation stuff. You know, he visits kids, and Duke Nukem is the kind of guy that would be like, somebody would be like, "Oh, this kid would very much like to meet you, Mr. Nukem." You'd be like, he just wouldn't do it. He'd be like, "Is there beer and babes? Then sure, I'll go." Like that's Duke Nukem.
Yeah, Forever opens up with Duke Nukem, like getting
Yeah, he's getting a blowjob from two
Two
twin
girls,
sisters. Yeah, that's Duke Nukem. It's like, okay, that's great. So, but yeah, I mean, maybe I'm looking too far into this, but I just don't see, I don't see John Cena being a good fit for that.
See, I'd agree with that, but like, has John Cena acted at all? Like,
Yeah, he was in the Marine.
Wasn't he in a
okay.
Scooby-Doo movie?
Was
is
he?
that he was? Or...
I feel like let me Google that.
Like the one with Freddie Prinze Jr. and stuff, and the girl from Buffy, and the dude from Without a Paddle, and Hawkeye's wife.
Yeah, he was in a Scooby-Doo movie.
Huh?
I didn't know that.
I don't remember.
I don't remember him in that either.
See, this video I just found was posted January 11th, 2017.
Oh, this was one of the animated movies.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you meant the
Yeah.
live action one. Okay.
Yeah, this is the one I heard about. Yeah, there's like a boulder about to crush the mystery gang, and he literally jumps in like a meme. They totally made the movie like a meme. He jumps in, and his theme song plays, and he pushes the boulder out.
That's awesome.
I like
See,
John Cena. I don't watch wrestling, but I like him just in general and everything like around him. Like, because I said he has such a good image and he's a nice person in real life.
That's
I don't think Duke
respectable.
Nukem's a good fit for him. Like
But
at
see,
all.
if he's a good actor, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I just like Duke Nukem is not something that a kid nowadays should really like I wouldn't like if my kid was like I want to see Duke Nukem, I'd probably be more apprehensive about it because I know what Duke Nukem is and I probably know what's gonna go into it. And like I said, if they change it to be more approachable for that, then it wouldn't be Duke Nukem.
It wouldn't be Duke Nukem. It just wouldn't. Yeah. I get what you mean. It would be bad for his image, but like, yeah, you're not worried about his acting.
I just can't see him in it for all those reasons.
Okay.
But if he could do it, cool.
I mean, doesn't he kind of do that sort of stuff like in WWE? Like not like
No.
seriously, but
Oh,
like, I don't know.
I wouldn't see Duke Nukem talking about how he wants to,
let me add my friend Tyler to the Discord, and we'll see because he probably knows more than I do.
Yeah, I
He
don't know.
watched wrestling as a kid, but I don't know.
Mm.
No, I don't think so. I think he was what are the terms? He was a face in wrestling, which is like a good guy. He was never like a
Oh.
bad guy in wrestling.
That kind of makes sense.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
a heel.
Heel is the bad one.
Yeah,
Yeah. he was never
I
a heel.
know that from Pokemon Sun and Moon.
But yeah, I think maybe I heard something like they tried to make him a heel for a little bit, and it super didn't work. So, yeah. Anybody else have I kind of took over that. Sorry.
I think you're the only one who knows much about it.
I share the same opinion as you. But if he's if John Cena's like a decent actor, then like fine. But seeing him in Duke Nukem is a little like off character for him,
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so the Tomb Raider trailer. I didn't watch it.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
All right,
Yeah.
moving on.
I saw an interview of the lady that's playing Lara Croft, and I don't want to sound mean or anything, but what she said sounded like you should say these things, and you probably shouldn't stray too far from them. Mention how she was very strong. I don't know. I don't want to sound mean about it, but it just sounded like okay, kind of. She was told what to say, and she said it, and it was okay. But the movie itself, I haven't seen it. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
I have little faith in video game movies, so I
Same.
don't care about this.
Joe said it was flames or something, but
What we
I don't
need,
trust Joe's opinion in everything.
Yeah.
in anything. Yeah.
Who was the guy that made District 9? Was it Neil,
I should know
Neil
this.
Blomkamp? Is that him?
I should know that.
Whatever. The guy who is supposed to make a Halo movie, give him all the money he wants, and he will make you.
Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah, Neil Blomkamp. So I was right. Yeah, let him do a Halo movie again, and give him a good budget because he will make that movie, and it will be good, and everybody will watch it, and it'll be awesome.
I would love that.
Gen 3 for Pokemon Go. Who cares?
Does anyone care about that?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
What?
No, I want to hear this. Do you actually care about this at all?
No, but
Okay, well,
it's. I might get back into Pokemon Go. Maybe.
I don't believe it.
Maybe.
I'll get back into Pokemon Go right now, and I'll tell you what I see.
Yeah, Gen 3 for Pokemon Go is out. That's something, Yeah.
Anything else?
No. I stopped playing Pokemon Go last summer. So,
So did everyone.
yeah.
all right. Well, then, speaking of irrelevant Nintendo apps, Miitomo.
Oh my god.
That was a great app.
It was.
It was great for about a week. and
I
then-
think we all forgot that existed until we heard the news it was going away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had not thought about Miitomo for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I
Nobody talked
occasionally
about it.
see like a photo like a screenshot in my phone from Miitomo, like once in a while, and I'll remember that it existed. But that's about it. It was I don't even know what made Nintendo want to make it, but they did.
They wanted to get into the smartphone business.
Yeah, they were just making apps.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just throwing stuff at the wall.
And they realized we're Nintendo, so people will play it for at least a month just because it's a Nintendo.
But like
Nintendo-
Miitomo, like was it even like did it even have ads? I don't even remember. Was it monetized like at all?
I don't think so.
Or they're like, could you like buy? I bet you could like buy clothes and stuff or something.
There are definitely microtransactions.
Yeah, okay.
But I guess they couldn't retain people.
Screw the people who paid for those, huh?
I mean, that's how it goes.
That's a lot of mobile games.
Yeah, you can't go into any mobile game trusting that it's gonna
Nintendo's
stick around.
Miitomo app has a $78 microtransaction.
$78?
Jeez.
It's an article in 2016.
Wait, what for?
What?
Well, I don't think that game had any whales, so like, who's paying the bill?
You could buy 105,000 coins
For $78.
for like the mini games and stuff.
Hey, at least it's not a loot box.
But is someone actually gonna do that?
Oh, I guarantee at least somebody did.
If nobody's whaling for your game, then it's not gonna last.
Maybe like a cat would, because they're cats. But other than that, I don't know.
What?
Oh, wait, did that deathmatch ever happen? When does that happen?
But yeah, that's all we got for this week. Unless anyone has anything else they want to add. Closing remarks.
I could talk about the anime awards for about an hour.
I think the death match is going on right now. Yeah, the Super Saiyan Showdown.
Link.
So we need some music to play us out.
Wait, we need to thank our sponsor.
Oh yeah. Oh, how could I forget? All right. We have a few sponsors this week.
Whoa. I know. Go on.
Yeah. Okay. One shout out to Coca-Cola. Thank you guys for the sponsorship. Make sure everyone listening, you go to the store and get yourself an ice cold Coca-Cola. It's even better at McDonald's. And
shout out to Crunchyroll for sponsoring us.
Yep, Crunchyroll.
If you guys like anime and you want to watch Crunchyroll and buy a $7.99 subscription per month to watch your favorite anime legal.
Oh my god! All right.
Yeah. No.
All right. Yes.
Follow the stream.
You can get a 1 month free trial from by going to crunchyroll.com. Then then the chat. So that will
use the chat as a code. You can get a 2 week free trial.
And of course,
February 24th.
Squarespace, always a great sponsor. Make yourself a beautiful new website today with Squarespace. We made the chat website on it. It's gorgeous, it's responsive, and 99.99% uptime. Go to squarespace.com/thechat. Get yourself a free 10% off.
Follow the stream.
Griffith did nothing wrong.
Follow the stream.
I definitely stream every day.
Anyone else got anything to shill for?
Help us so we can quit our full-time job for a living, please.
Donate a bunch of money to Xseed so they can localize the games.
All right, well, that's all for this week. I'm going to play you guys out with Dr. Wily's stage from Mega Man 2. See y'all next week.